I want to look at the rest of the games tonight. By the way, the Cardinals beat the Pirates 4-3 today at Busch. Why don't we start with this one at 6:50 in the East? Cubs and Tampa down at the Trop. U.S. Steel against Bradley. And the Cubs are minus 115, 7.5 the total.
Yeah, I like the Cubs because of Steele, but these games have been trending right on the number. 7 both nights. Last night the Rays had first and second and nobody out. They couldn't convert. They lost 4-3. I like the over tonight, Scotty. I lean to the Cubs, but my best play, even with Steele on the mound, is the over 7.5. It's a 6:51 first pitch. I think up and away. 8.5, 9.5 for all totals.
Yeah, I'm with you on the over because, frankly, other than the nickname we gave him, which is great, U.S. Steel, he never wins. And he gives up 4 runs every time he pitches. And your boy Bradley's even worse. He's 1-4. He gives up 5 or 6 runs every time he pitches. So I couldn't agree with you more. I think they're going to smack the ball all over that place tonight. All right, Miami and the Mets at 7:10 East. Munoz against Severino. The Mets a big favorite at minus 205. 8.5 is the number.
Yeah, I would only lay the 1.5 if you want to take the Mets. But, again, I lean to the under here. I know they challenged this number last night, but I would go under the 8, lean to the Mets, but only on the run line. I don't love the game.
The Phillies are in Boston, and it's Nola and Houck. It's a pick 'em, minus 110 both ways right now, 8.5 the total. Boston beat them last night. Will they have a problem tonight? I think so, with Nola on the bump.
I think so, too. Now, Phillies jumped up 4-0 yesterday, and they got shellacked. So I like Nola, but I like the over. The way the lineup hit Boston pitching yesterday, I think they could still be good for 5 or 6 runs tonight. So give me the Phillies, but I like the over 8.5 as well.
Yeah, I just like Nola. I mean, he wins, and he's been impressive, and, like, he doesn't give up runs. Neither does Houck. Houck is a 191. I'd be willing to take a stab at the under in that one tonight and have a tighter ball game, lower scoring. We'll see, but they're playing in that bandbox, so anything's possible at Fenway. 7:40 A's and Twins in Minneapolis. Funky Cole Medina against Ryan. Ryan a heavy favorite at minus 278. 8 is the total. Is this another run line game with the Twins?
I don't know. I would take a shot on the A's, and I know that they lost to the Padres yesterday. Now they go to Minneapolis, but give me the A's. I'll take a shot, and I think the under comes in. I never like taking overs in Minnesota, so it's the A's, the dog, and the under tonight.
Wow, that's high risk with Medina. His ERA's in the mid-5s. We'll see what happens. Angels and Snakes in the desert. Canning and Fott there. Arizona's minus $1.95. 8.5 the total. That one's on FS1 at 740, or at 940, 940 East, 640 West.
I like the Diamondbacks. I would lay the 150, and I think we go over the 8.5. I think they match up well against the Angels. I think they could hit them, and this game had a ton of runs 2 nights ago. I think we could be up in the area of 10 or 11 tonight.
The White Sox are a dismal 17-52, if you can believe it. That is crazy. They're playing in Seattle. Crochet against Hancock. Seattle, the price is short, only minus 115, 6.5 the low total.
That's crazy. 6.5, Scott. I don't care about the pitching matchup. And that yesterday was 2-1. I mean, 6.5? You need a perfect game. I can't do that. I would go over the 6.5, and I would lay the 115 with Seattle.
Yeah, I like the over there as well. Texas and the Dodgers again at Chavez Ravine. Grove against Lorenzen. Grove for the Dodgers, minus $1.95 LA. 9 is the number.
Again, I think Texas matches up well as long as Seager's back. He stepped up yesterday. They won 3-2. Going to go back to Texas. They're slight dogs. plus 185. Give me Texas, but you got to believe that both teams bounce back in regards to hitting. Let's go over the 8.5, 9 tonight.
So in the American League, the wild card teams right now are the Orioles, Royals, and Twins, and the Red Sox are 2 deep. The Tigers and Jays are 3 deep, and the world champion Rangers are 3.5 deep. What do you think of that AL wild card, Chase?
I don't buy into the Royals. I think that's the one team that might fall off the grid. I'm still a buyer, believe it or not, on the Rangers, big picture, and deep shot Toronto to still make the playoffs somehow, some way.
So yesterday, my Pirates were a half game out of the wild card. Now they're a game and a half out after losing today. So they're a game and a half out of the wild card with the Nats and Diamondbacks. Now it's the Cardinals chasing the Giants. They have basically the same record. The Giants would be the wild card right now. The Reds are a half game back. So are the Cubs. It's crazy how one day to the next it flip-flops like a pancake.
Yeah, it's going to go down to the wire, but I think the Giants were a playoff team at the start. Did have them in some parlay, so I'm not backing down now. I like Webb. I like the pitching staff of the Giants. I think they get there. But don't count out the Cardinals. I think they can make a move as well. Maybe steal a spot as the season progresses.